If you're between 13 and 18, listen closely. This one's for you. I've been reflecting a lot lately, thinking about what it means to grow up, and I want to share a story that might hit close to home. Now don't worry, this isn't one of those when I was your age lectures, but there's a deeper message here, so stick with me. Picture this. It's a few years ago, and I'm sitting in front of my computer, totally immersed in Minecraft. It was more than just a game to me. It was my personal universe, where I could build, explore, and escape into endless adventures. I remember those late nights, eyes glued to the screen, the thrill of discovering new biomes, or the satisfaction of constructing my dream fortress. Nothing else mattered in those moments. The outside world might have been in chaos, but inside that pixelated realm, I was the king. But it wasn't just about gaming. When I wasn't glued to the screen, I was outside. And oh, those days were something special. We'd be out in the park, running around, playing soccer or tag. Remember how the air felt when you were riding your bike, with the wind in your face, and the freedom to just go wherever you wanted? The sun would dip below the horizon, but we'd keep playing until we were called in for dinner. Those were the days when time felt endless. Then came middle school, and things started to shift. I noticed around 8th grade that my time outdoors was becoming less and less. The thrill of adventure was slowly being replaced by the pressure of schoolwork and other responsibilities. Homework piled up, extracurriculars took over, and suddenly playing outside was something I barely had time for. It was like the fun meter started to drop, and the stress meter went up. By high school, the magic of those early gaming sessions started to fade. The late nights that were once filled with excitement now became a battleground of cramming and deadlines. I remember how the enthusiasm for gaming was replaced by the need to keep up with classes, and it felt like a part of me was slowly slipping away. It wasn't that I didn't enjoy the games anymore, it was just that life had shifted priorities. Then came graduation. I remember this one party. It was unforgettable. For one night, everything felt as carefree as it did when we were younger. We laughed, danced, and soaked up every moment. The joy was palpable, and it felt like we had unlocked that same sense of freedom we had when playing outside years before. But as the night wore on, I noticed something. We were all reminiscing about the party, discussing every detail, and already feeling nostalgic for a night that was still fresh in our minds. It struck me how quickly we had moved from living in the moment to looking back and cherishing it. And that's when it hit me. All this time I had been longing for those carefree days, when in reality, I was living in one of those moments right then. We were experiencing the good old days, even if we didn't fully appreciate it at the time. Fast forward a bit, and you'll start to look back at your teenage years with a sense of nostalgia, seeing those days as some of the best times of your life. In your 30s, you'll reminisce about your 20s. In your 40s, you'll think back to your 30s. And in your 60s, you'll laugh about the days when you thought life was so complicated. So here's the deep message I want you to take away. Take a deep breath and look around. These are the good times, right now. It's easy to get caught up in the rush to grow up, but don't forget to enjoy where you are. The moments you're living now will become cherished memories later. One day, you'll look back and realize how special these times really are. So don't just wait for the future to look back and appreciate the past. Cherish these moments while you're in them. They're fleeting and they're precious. Embrace them now because they truly are the good old days.